Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my favorites from the month of January. Also, just a quick side announcement because apparently these are mandatory now for all of us girls to mention in our favorites videos, but I can't lie, January really has flown by and it's mind-blowing to me that we are going to be in the second month of 2014. I don't know, it's kind of freaky and it's weird. Anyways, today's video is going to be a collab with my good friend Lizzy from What Would Lizzy Do. If you guys aren't subscribed to her already, be sure to do so. She is hilarious. That was probably one of my other favorites for the month of January, was meeting Lizzy at LA IMATS and at the Sigma party. She is hilarious. I feel like she brings out the crustiness in me and I adore her for it. She's just so funny, so pretty, just the perfect like mixture of like a girl's girl and a guy's girl. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I kind of have a crude sense of humor and I feel like Lizzy really brings that out of me and helps me embrace that side even more, and I just adore her. So Lizzy, if you're watching this, I miss you already. Okay, anyways, on to this month's favorites. I hope you guys enjoy. First thing I wanted to mention is the book that I'm currently reading this month, because I feel like I always forget. In my favorites, I normally, or I used to, tell you guys about the book that I was currently reading, and I was being really bad about not telling you guys, and I apologize because I think a lot of you guys like reading too. I don't know, I love reading. So if you guys have any good book recommendations, be sure to leave that down below for me. But this month I've been reading Even Silence Has an End, which I stopped reading for a little bit. I tried reading on the plane and I get super motion sickness, even on the airplane. I'm very jealous of people who can like read in the car and in the plane. I don't know, I can do it for like 5 minutes and then I get queasy, and it doesn't make sense to me on the airplane. I figured I would be fine, but unfortunately I wasn't even able to read that much of it on the plane, but the parts that I did read were good. So basically it is about Ingrid Betancourt's, I believe, my 6 years of captivity in the Colombian jungle. So I am only, where am I? I'm not very far at all. 109 pages in right now, but it is very interesting and it keeps you like on the edge of your seat. It's like super intense, but yeah, it's good. Obviously it's nonfiction. I heard of this somewhere. I feel like I heard her story on Dateline or 60 Minutes. So yeah, I wanted to check it out, so I got it. So if you guys are interested in picking up this book or seeing what other recommendations I have, I will have a link down below to my Lovocracy collection with basically all the products from this month. That way you can shop it and it'll be super easy and right there, so you don't have to go searching on Google all over the place. Okay, next up is a hand cream, because obviously in the winter our skin gets super dry, and I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm traveling or if I'm on the plane for a long time, my hands get so dry and itchy, and it's to the point where like in between my fingers will get almost raw and look like they're cracking. It's really gross and it's painful. So as soon as I came back home, I slathered this stuff all over my hands, and I felt like after a night my skin was finally back to normal. This stuff is seriously amazing. It's a little bit pricier for hand cream, but I feel like it's worth it. I believe I've heard like your chest and your hands are the first two places that you can always see signs of aging, so we want to keep those hands looking youthful, young and fresh, and I feel like this hand cream definitely does that for me. Next up is a perfume. My friend Melissa actually got this for me from Love Melissa Michelle. She was always wearing this perfume, and every time we hung out I'm like, what are you wearing? Because it just reminded me of high school, and she smelled warm and cozy, and she was like, okay, this is embarrassing, but it's Britney Spears. And I was like, do not be embarrassed of that, embrace it, because you smell delicious. So she ended up getting me a bottle for Christmas, and I took this to LA. This is what I wore the entire time, which says a lot because normally I don't leave my house without flower bomb, but there's something about this that just puts me in a good mood. It just reminds me of high school, and it just, I don't know, I feel like it is a pretty young scent, but I still really like it. It's just really warm and cozy. Did I tell you guys what it's called? It's Fantasy by Britney Spears. So now moving on to the makeup products of this video. First up, I have this powder here from Lorac. I've heard people say Lorac and I've heard Lorac, and I don't know, personally I like the sound of Lorac more. When I say Lorac, it reminds me of the Lorax, so I'm gonna say Lorac. The packaging, first of all, I love. It's kind of like a cool gunmetal packaging, but this is the Perfection Baked Perfecting Powder. I am in the shade PF3 Light Medium, so it's just a dome-shaped baked powder, as I mentioned earlier. What I like about this is that it gives really nice coverage, and okay, this is my gripe with some baked powders. Some baked powders I feel like make my skin look really matte, and when it's super matte I feel like you look older and it just looks flat. I'm really into more of a dewy finish, and the first time I applied this, I did it with a dense kabuki brush, and it was like, oh, no ma'am, just super flat, no dimension to my face, did not care for it. But what I've been doing now is applying it with a duo fiber, like a stippling brush, just to give kind of a soft, like airbrushed finish of powder. That looks wonderful. I feel like that way a little bit of like my dewiness kind of peeks through. I already have dry skin, so I don't want to look like flat and matte and flaky. So yeah, this with a duo fiber brush makes your skin look amazing. It looks flawless and just really silky, and it really does kind of hide those pores. So yeah, been loving this guy. I've heard some people use this wet as well, so I may give that a try. I don't know, we'll see. But next up, I have a product to help me maintain kind of a dewy, bronzy glow, and this is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick Compact in the shade Bronze. These come in several different colors. I'm really wanting to get my hands on the one called Nectar. It's kind of like corally bronzy colors. So inside you have 5 strips of color, starting from kind of like an opal white and then moving on up to like rose gold all the way up to a bronze. What's really cool about this product is if you travel with it, you can use it as eyeshadows as well if you just go in and use the strip individually. But what I do is just mix it all together and I just pop it right onto my cheeks, and that is what I'm wearing right now in conjunction with another product that I'll show you here in a minute. But yes, loving this stuff. I don't know what it is. I've been really into kind of like a nude eye, but then with really bronzy, warm cheeks. I feel like this product definitely makes that achievable, easy. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but yes, loving this stuff. Okay, then the other product that I'm wearing on my cheeks is this right here. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. This does come in a pressed version as well. I have swatched the pressed version and it does look really nice, but if you're someone who's into really dewy skin and you have drier skin, I feel like this is kind of the better option out of the two. So it does come with a pump, and what I'll do is just apply a teeny tiny drop onto the back of my hand, and then or I'll just get my fingers and kind of tap it in and then just press it right onto the tops of my cheekbones, or sometimes I just take a pump of it and mix it in with my foundation. So this with the Bobbi Brown bronzer is just what's giving me that kind of dewy glow on my cheeks. I seriously love it. I can't get enough. I feel like it makes my skin look really healthy and glowy and youthful. You can't tell, that's the look that I'm going for with shimmering dewy skin. Yeah, I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but love this stuff. You can use this even on like the inner corners of your eyes. I've actually done a look where I applied foundation and I mix some of this in, and then you know how like Beyonce and some other celebrities will have that really like wet looking dewy lid? I'll get a tiny bit of this and just pop this on to my eyelids and then just wear mascara, and your face just looks so fresh and dewy and bronzy and summery. And yeah, I just love it. So highly recommend this stuff. This is like the video of cheek products. I don't know what this is about. I have 2 other cheek products. Well, one product's kind of like multi-use. This is from Benefit and it's the Lolly Tint. Yeah, I was gonna say the shade something, but no, it's just called Lolly Tint. If you guys are familiar with Posy Tint and Benetint, this is their newer one, basically going with the kind of like Pantone color of the year, but in a pinkier version. This is kind of like a pinky orchid color. I know in here it just looks like a metallic pink, but the actual product has a really soft like petal pink orchid type color. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've been using this on my lips and on my cheeks. On my cheeks, I feel like you don't get enough color payoff, at least on my skin tone. Maybe if you were more fair, you'd get more color from it. But on your lips, this looks amazing. I'll just get some onto the back of my finger, the bottom of my finger, and just pat that right on top of my lips, and it's just a really fresh, pretty color. This does work on my cheeks. I just feel like it works better on my lips. Once again, I feel like if my skin tone was more fair, it would show up more. But I have worn this on my cheeks before, and what I'll do is top it with another Bobbi Brown product. This is blush. Wow, this is a blush in the shade Pale Pink, and it looks just like this. Now, this color I've had for a while now, and I honestly didn't wear it that much before because, I don't know, with my dark hair, I didn't like the look of it. I felt like it looked way too like harsh against my black hair. I didn't have black hair. My dark hair, it just looked, I don't know, I didn't feel like it went. But now that my hair's lighter, this blush is my obsession. Such a gorgeous cool toned pink, and it's matte, but it gives off a sheen. Like when I look at it, I don't see any shimmer in the pan, but it somehow has somewhat of a sheen applied onto your skin. I have a teeny tiny bit of this on now, not too much, but other days I will go a little bit heavier with this, and it looks absolutely amazing. I feel like this blush is perfect for pale skin tones, darker skin tones. It's just really pretty. So just giving you guys an example, I will rub this right on top of the Lolly tint, and that's the color you get. Okay, and then the last two products I have here. First up is an eyeshadow. This is the Jouer eyeshadow in the shade Chestnut. Cannot tell you enough about this color. Now, this is a newer product into my collection. However, I can already tell you it's a must-have. If you're someone who's obsessed with like MAC Soft Brown or Bobbi Brown Camel, this is like better. It's just the perfect soft, warm brown to blend any color into your crease. Even if you don't wear any other eyeshadow and you just wear this blended into the crease, it's perfection. It's just a gorgeous, apparently there's a T at the end of that word now. It's a gorgeous, soft, warm brown, and it's just perfect. I feel like for any skin tone, whether you're light complected, darker complected, it just looks amazing, and it just gives you a perfect shadow in your crease. I'm obsessed. Ever since I've gotten it, I've worn it basically every single day. It's an everyday color. It's something that you will use for the rest of your life, and you need it. And it has a little mirror in it. Okay, and then my very final favorite is the lipstick that I'm wearing now, which needs to be pre-applied. This is the Chanel Rouge Coco Shine in the shade number 61 Bonheur. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Basically, it's just an amazing everyday kind of pinky color with a teeny bit of a purple-ish tone to it, I guess. These do go on sheer, but they're really hydrating, and this color does have shimmer in it, but the shimmer is finely milled to where you don't feel grittiness on your lips, which I love, because I don't know about you, I love shimmer on my lips. I just hate when you can feel shimmer on your lips like you kissed a sandbox or something, you know, just gross grit. But yeah, this color doesn't do that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like it's one of those colors that would look great on anyone too. So yeah, other than that, I think that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have a favorites video, be sure to tweet it to me at lollydolly128. I love watching favorites videos. If you guys have any comments or questions, as always, just leave those down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, I will have all these products listed or linked down below in my Lavocracy collection, and don't forget to check out Lizzy's favorites video as well. And yeah, I love you guys all so much, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!